Alright, yeah, and welcome back to some more Magic Arena, and I do apologise for the lack of content over the last week. I think it has been. It's been a little hectic for me at work. I do, for those who don't already know, I work for basically a costume shop that, makes Halloween costumes. And it's been Halloween, so it's kind of a bit of a hectic week. But on top of that, I've also been a little bit uninspired with decks recently. I've been building decks and playing them, but they've always felt, I don't know, a little boring, a little samey. Like, at the moment with Guilds of Ravnica, it's a great set, but I think it's kind of made it so that there's like 5 decks to play in the entire thing. It's like green-black mid-range, it's tokens in green-white, it's drakes in red-blue, and it's kind of hard to branch off from those decks at the moment, I would say. But what I've decided to do is actually revisit an old deck that I did say that I was going to revisit at one point, and that is going to be the blue-white with a splash of red life gain combo list. So the idea behind this one is it's a Primal Amulet / Primal Wellspring deck. So we want to be flipping that and then using Banefire for the win con to double up and triple up and just murder our opponent that way. So it's a super sweet deck. I do think that it has been hurt by rotation a little bit. It doesn't seem as good as it used to be, but you never know. With the next set coming out and Azorius on the horizon, then this deck is probably pretty sure to actually get a little bit better. So you never know. We might get some Supreme Verdicts or something like that, which would be a sick board wipe for this deck. But yeah, without further ado though, let's get into the games, because it has been a long time since I've made one of these videos. It does contain a punt that is really bad. I will warn you now, so I apologise for that. But I will point it out when it goes into the game, because I was really disappointed in myself that I let it happen. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into that game, and I'll see you there. Okay, we're in. We have 2 Primal Amulets, which is unnecessary, but 2 Anticipates with 2 mana. I think this is fine. This card could have been literally anything else, and this hand is better. Oh god, it's a black deck. Okay. Hand Disruption, not historically the best against us. Here comes Thought Erasure, I'm assuming. Yeah. And by not the best, I mean that we struggle against it, because they take our Primal Amulets and leave us with nothing. They take our Primal Amulets and they leave us with nothing. You're going to take my Amulet, opponent. Thank you. Alright. Fungal Infection. Well, at least we know my opponent's got some dead cards in their deck. So there's that. Alright. Does this Amulet survive until we get to turn 4 with 4 lands? Probably not. Disinformation Campaign. Discards the Chemist's Insight. It's a shame my opponent now knows everything about my deck, but we will change that. There's the 4th land, but also another Primal Amulet. I'm tempted, because this is 1 discard spell away from having nothing. Yeah. This deck has far too many discard spells for me to feel comfortable with 1 amulet in hand. Alright. So we have Sertra's Canter down, which should hopefully find us the extra land. There's the Thought Erasure that I knew was coming. Just take another amulet. Yeah. So I'm glad I took it. Bounces Disinformation Campaign. And I'm going to graveyard that because we need a land. Oh, good god. Alright, well, this other amulet's going to get taken, probably. We then find our land drop. We pass the turn. If I can get this amulet down, we're in good shape. If we can't, well, then we're not. Disinformation Campaign. Okay. I'm going to dump Cleansing Nova. We will need it later, but right now, not so much. Sabotage. Going to have to go to the graveyard. That's quite nice. Okay, so we'll get Primal Amulet down. We'll pass the turn. We had to dump Sabotage there because we only had 1 blue mana. And that wasn't likely to change anytime soon. Though, of course, it changed immediately afterwards. Surveils for the Discovery Dispersal. Okay. So, bounces Disinformation Campaign, finds his land drop, plays Disinformation Campaign. And then we'll anticipate in response to find a dead card or another 1 mana cantrip. And then we're playing off the top of our deck officially. Well, we have the Chemisters, I suppose, but I'd prefer to keep that. Alright, there's a land. So we dump that. And find a ritual. I think we got a ritual. I think we do that just in case we hit something like a land. Because then I can Chemisters that land. Yeah, let's Chemisters the land. Hope to hit a 1-drop or a 2-drop, in this case, to flip the Amulet. And more lands. Okay. I'm going to keep these lands in hand, I think. As discard fodder for the Disinformation Campaign, because the worst thing they can do is make us discard a card in our hands that we wanted to keep through to the next turn. So, Discovery Dispersal once more. Looks like it's going to be the same loop again. But we are set up to win now. If we find our Nexus, we're in good shape. Alright. Campaign. Discards the planes. And we find an opt. Alright, I'm gonna opt now, because we can still hit Nexus of Fate. Chemisters is nice. It draws 4 cards. That's pretty much getting around the discard problem. Yeah, I like that. Pass the turn. Thought Erasure? Yeah. Okay. So, I think I'm going to cast this now. Get both sides of it working. He gets to pick a card out of the 4 cards that I draw here. But I don't think that's going to be a problem. They're pointless. And they're pretty pointless too. In fact, let's make this card more pointless. A ritual. Yeah, sure. I'm assuming he takes the Cleansing Nova because that allows him to drop down his finisher, which is Doom Whisperer. Wow, it takes a ritual. Okay. Fair play, I guess. Has he found all of them now? His Thought Erasures? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Night Veil Predator. Okay. Don't care about that. You revitalize. We got 4 mana if I has Canter for something. I'm probably just gonna pass an Insight with the Wellspring though. Yeah. I'm in no rush to put any permanents down on this board. I want to get rid of this Predator. And we're actually perfectly lined up mana-wise to us Canter plus Chemisters. Which I don't need to tell you is a really good play. Mission briefing for Thought Erasure? I guess? The Ritual of Soot, that's a dead card. Yeah, okay. Looks into our stuffed full of value hand. That's sarcasm. Blood Operative, is there anything? Oh, he can take Chemisters. Ah, I see what he's doing here. He's forcing me to use the Chemisters so that he can then Thought Erasure the best card out of it. But that plan's not, like, all that powerful, since I'm drawing 4 cards. And I get to Azcanta whenever I feel like. The thinner my deck gets, kind of like the old Turbo Fog decks, thinner it gets, the more likely I am to win. Okay, they're dead cards. Pretty dead anyway. And there's a Nexus, alright. Presume that's what he's taking. And he'll shuffle it back into my deck, which increases the odds of finding it with Azcanta. And then once I do that, double turns for the rest of the game. He's even tapped out like a friendly opponent who doesn't like countering spells. Have we even seen Sinister Sabotage? We haven't actually seen it. Wow, he takes Settle the Wreckage. My opponent doesn't like winning. Good to know. Alright. Nexus. Chemist is inside. There's Nexus. Alright, we win. So. 2 extra turns, please. And he scoops it up. Alright. If that was what it took for him to scoop, why didn't he take the one in our hand? Huh. Interesting. Alright, well, this deck loves to make me discard, so I'm actually going to bring in the negates for the disinformation campaigns and things like that, because it's the one way that he can keep me out of cards, and if he can keep me out of cards, that's how he wins this game. So, let's cut down on... Ooh. I don't know. What do we cut down on? I'm thinking the board wipes, because we don't really need all that many of them. But then again, I kind of like the way that our deck is constructed as it stands, which is really annoying. I guess we go down the Unwind. We don't have to go too heavy into counter spells, since he does run creatures, of course. I'm thinking maybe 3 opts. Yeah, I guess 3 opts. Go for a 60 like this. Yes? Yes. Alright. Negates are good against Thought Erasures, because if he takes my Primal Amulets, then I am very much in a bad position. However, if he just takes a negate, not only does he not know the composition of my hand, but I get to leave my win condition in there. So, while it is still a 1-for-1, and as many people who play Control would know, that is pretty bad for a Control deck, I think not taking the card they really want is better. Cetrus Canter's nice here. I like getting that underneath the Sinister Sabotage to increase my draw percentage of being good. Disinformation campaign. Wow, no, Thief of Sanity. Okay. Is that in sideboard tech? I'm not really sure about how this deck is built. There's a Banefire. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay. So, Thief gonna get some swings in here. If we lose this, then maybe Gideon's Reproach is a thing. Anticipating a land into the yard. A lot of the stuff you can cast from my deck is counterable. That is definitely getting negated. Sabotage. Yep, we'll keep that. Land drop. Pass. This thief's gonna do a hell of a lot of work. It's the problem when you don't see a card. You don't really tech against it if you don't know how the deck is built. But yeah, definitely board wipes would have been nice. Okay, Revitalize is the card of note in there. He's going to flip our Search for Cantor super quickly though. So there is that. Sure. Take what you want. Takes us down to 6, but then I'm just going to ritual to 6 cards, and then as Cantor can mill to flip. So I don't mind. Gain some life, draw some cantrips. Where the hell is our Amulet? I'll search. Okay. Guess I'll play another. I mean, we have the Banefire to just maybe win out of nowhere. Is that likely to happen? No. But one can dream, right? He's got 3 of my cards now. And I'm sure many of them are Nexus of Fates. Don't play anything worth countering here so I can ask Cantor. That would be the ideal thing. Yep, okay. As Cantor. He's only got 6 mana, so he can't, in response, Nexus me. Looks like he's going to Field of Ruin me, though. Which then means I can flip this other search. I get to see what my deck looks like, so see if he's taken any of my amulets or my nexuses. There's 2 amulets, 1 nexus, 3 amulets, 2 nexuses. Yeah, he's got 1 of my Nexus of Fates and 2 unknowns, because he hasn't got the 4th amulet there. Okay. Thanks for the information, opponent. Appreciate it. Alright, Primal Amulet. You know I'm taking that. That's my path to victory. Oh, there was no Teferi in there, was there? Or was there? We'll never know. Don't need the land drop, right? Oh, I kind of do. But I kind of don't. I'm not going to be able to flip this Primal Amulet even when I have a 3rd land, so yeah, I guess I'll graveyard it. Transform. Let's use all of our blue to play Amulet. Maybe all of our blue except for 1, you idiot. Would have been nice to counter. But I'm an idiot. Yeah, I've just thrown this game. Why did I do that? I wanted the extra white so that I could double Revitalize. But as you can see, without a counter spell, that's pointless. Ah, dear. Alright, well, these Revitalizers, I've got to go find me another amulet. All the while, my opponent mills more cards out of my deck that are likely Nexus of Fates, which he's probably going to use right now. Anticipate, okay. So he's not Nexusing me, even though he has it. Alright. Let's try and dig ourselves out of this hole that we created for ourselves. Oh, negate is a thing. Nexus. Not Nexus, sorry. Anything but. Well, I suppose we'll take Nexus. I meant Amulet more than anything. I can't believe I threw this game. As simple as tapping one land and not looking at your hand to confirm that that was a terrible idea. Yeah, well, show must go on. Swings for 5. Now that I've got Nexus in hand, I could always be one of those guys who just loops Nexus until my opponent scoops. Because they're fun guys to be around, right? There's 2 board wipes. Okay. There's no way my opponent would take a board wipe. Unless they just didn't want it used against them, which is pretty much what Thief of Sanity is doing, I presume. It's a fairy. How long does Teferi live? Not very long, I would imagine. I mean, he's taking 5 a turn. But I think we still play him. And now, let's think about how we're tapping our mana this time. I want a 2 and 3 combination like that. So I can counter now, and I can negate later. I don't know why they're countering this, really, because he just dies. It's fine. Sabotage. Anything I leave on top... Oh my god, they've got it. 3. Ah, they have my sabotage. Daggers. Okay. Alright then.
No more games.
Yeah. Take 5, dead in 2 turns from now. In fact, this hand is not set up, even with an amulet, to actually do anything. I'm bringing in all the board wipes in the world. So that this never happens again. And I'm going to tap my mana correctly so I don't lose. There's Nexus. Extra turn. At this point, I'm just waiting out to see what else my opponent can give me in terms of information. Thief of Sanity and Disdainful Stroke are both new pieces of information that I didn't know about. This Blood Operative as well, he's kind of pointless because he actually doesn't do anything. Other than just deal me 3 damage, and the board wipe solves that. Oh, have you got my other Nexus? Or has he got my Amulet? Oh, he's got my Amulet! Rubbins. The Rubbins. Blue-black is a terrible match for us, if it wasn't immediately obvious. 16 cards in our deck. Okay. Nexus. Take another one, because this turn is terrible. He counters, because he's got all of my spells. Oh, he's opting! Oh my god! Have we got outs? No. But it's nice to pretend we do for a little while. Yeah. Putting Nexus back in my deck. Sure. Up to 5. Go on. Resolve, I dare you. Woo! Nelly! Alright. Okay. Alright. What does this mean? Nothing. Probably. It means that we've got 14 cards in our deck and Nexus is one of them. So at the very least I can loop Nexus. Hang on. 1 Primal Amulet. Alright, there's 1 Amulet and 1 unknown card in the deck. Which actually means if I can loop Nexus and have Banefire in hand, then that is actually a win. Ah, there's 2 amulets. Oh, there goes our win con. If he takes Banefire, we lose. Do we lose? Decision is yours. There's a 1 in 4 chance that we lose on the spot. He's thinking to himself, how the hell do you make 4 mana? Red mana, sorry. Takes Anticipate. Okay. Sure. Bounces some stuff. Does some stuff. There's Field of Ruin. Okay, so now I need both of my amulets to live. My opponent gonna thin my deck and let me look at my deck. Okay, okay. Game on, opponent. You want me to win? That's nice. Okay, let's have a look. See. 2 amulets. All 3 nexuses. Alright. If this Banefire stays in my hand, I have a legitimately good chance of winning, because I can chain nexuses. I do not really need any more white mana looking at my deck, so I'm just going to take the blue. Is this going to be the Disinformation Campaign? Thief of Sanity. Okay. We draw a land, because why wouldn't we draw a land? Alright. Pass the turn. You know, 16 cards and what, like 6 or 7 of them are live draws. Let's just, like, never see those live draws. My opponent can now probably just as likely chain Nexus together as we could. But I can negate them back into my deck. Oh, good God. Alright, that's 2 cards that are not the cards we need. Blood Operative to take another card I don't care about. Lethal on board again, though, so I'm going to have to Chemisters and hope to get lucky. This Chemisters, you say? To death, you say? Alright. There's Nexus. We have one in hand. 7 cards. 1 Primal Amulet. 1 Primal Boy. Disinformation Campaign. Yeah. Actually, I don't think we can win, actually, now that I think about it. Because we don't have the mana to Amulet into Nexus, which is what we need now, because he has Lethal on board. Blood Operative. I'm just wondering whether or not the Sinister Sabotage for the Surveil is worthwhile. No. I'm gonna Insight, depending on which one he picks, and dump the Sabotage. This one. Okay. There's Amulet. Okay. And there's Nexus. So, 4 cards. No counterspell, please. He doesn't have a counterspell. Alright. We draw Nexus. No counterspell, please. Okay. No counterspell, please. I can't remember what the last 4 cards are, but I need to see what they are. 1 land short of Amulet plus Nexus. 7. 1 land short of Insight and Nexus. Ah! I don't know what the last cards are. I know that, like, 3 of them. And Nexus, what's the last one? Nexus. It needs to be a land. I'm really sorry, opponent, that I have to do this. Okay. Sabotage dumped. Chemisters for the Nexus to take an extra turn. Primal Amulet with Nexus of Fate. Now, how the hell do I deal lethal amounts of damage? That's the next one. 8, 9, 10, 11. I can deal 22 damage. Ah! Okay, well, I'm going to Banefire myself at the very least. Yeah, I didn't think about that part. There's many things I didn't think about. Okay. I can hit myself, can't I? Yeah, any target. Alright. Yeah. The Nexus loop. This is what people get banned for. And Banefire myself. Oh, could I not afford that? Hang on. 5. Miscounted. Can't counter it. Joke's on you. Good game, I guess. Alright. Well, we still got game number 3. That land we drew actually needed to be a Primal Amulet, and then we could deal 36, so yeah, a little off there, unfortunately. Cleansing Nova's coming in. Really regretted not having it. I don't like Gideon's Reproach, but it's an answer to that horrible situation we found ourselves in. I guess Binding's a better one, though. Let's go down the Chemist's Insight, because he has Blood Operative, and there's a chance that he hits it, I guess. One more card, just a last opt. Game number 3. Alright. If we could loop the Banefire back into our deck as well, then we'd have it. But you see, the situation was, if Banefire was Teferi, we win, because we can Teferi loop with the ultimate, he loses all of his permanents, and then we just took Teferi with the -3 back into our deck. My opponent then mills themselves to death, which would have been wonderful for us to do. I'm going to have to keep this hand. Sadly, it's the best we'll get. Binding. Sure. I don't even know anymore. I've played too much Magic today. Swamp. Okay. Turn 2 Thought Erasure, because nobody needs surprises in Magic the Gathering town. Take Sabotage. Because next turn if I... Oh, right. Okay, Binding. Fair enough. Next turn if I drew an island, then now you can't take any of my cards at free will. Field of Ruin? Sure. We need to flip an extra Primal Amulet. This Thought Erasure is getting sabotaged, but you knew that already. Primal Amulet, perfect draw. Play the Amulet. Win con established. Somewhat. If I could go land to Fairy, that would probably win us the game as well. 4 mana spell. He knows about Teferi, so maybe this is Raska's Contempt. What else is 4 mana in that deck? Like, campaign plus duress? Is that a thing? You duressing me, bro? This is almost certainly campaign, right? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna dump Sabotage, because I think Teferi from a land is an out. Getting around the counter spell is very nice.
I won't hide from the I'm known for my excellent timing.
An island, okay. Boop, boop. No Vraska's Contempt. Can we control the board long enough? Campaign again? Or is... Oh, this must be his graveyard dude. Blood Operative. Yeah, sure. Gets rid of Ixalan's Binding. Because reasons. So, taking up to 6. Teferi can't -3 when Blood Operative hits him, so I'm going to have to tuck your Operative now. And hold the land for discard. And again, that's what the negate's here for. Another Blood Operative. Because me having a win con is never enough. There goes Sabotage. Okay. Another Amulet. Come on, answer to Operative. Nope. Okay. Nice. Nice chatting with you. Alright, well, Amulet. At least I have 2 amulets to play around Field of Ruin. Maybe that's enough. Goodbye, Teferi. It's nice knowing you.
Enough. Stop that. Now.
Opponent's at 21. Campaign. Getting negated. Happily. Counters on Primal Amulet and stops him from basically gaining a metric ton of card advantage. We draw lands, because lands are all I ever wanted in Magic the Gathering. Swings for 3. Plays another Operative. Gaining 6 life a turn is kind of problematic. There goes to Fairy, okay. The least relevant card is gone. Alright. Cantrip. Into hopefully a good cantrip. It's more lands, okay. I hate life. Let's go with islands. I still do have to make my land drops, of course, but... He's up to 30 now. The more life they gain, the more difficult it becomes to win. I'm going to need a board wipe for these operatives at least sometime this year. There's a ritual. Okay. Keeps us in the game, I guess. And there's a Revitalize to flip. I'll do it now. So that maybe I can use the flipped amulets on the cantrip. Binding. Sure. Whatever. You got the negate. Disdainful Stroke. Okay. We have 2 flipped Wellsprings now. Do I... Yeah, hold this plains. Disinformation Campaign's the only thing that could take it from me. And obviously surveilling and doing that horrible jazz is annoying. Discovery. Yeah, so he gets to bounce his campaigns, play a campaign. But I hope now, because he's tapped his Field of Ruin to hit Nexus of Fate, that would win me the game. Could we win the game, please? I like winning. Oh, no, he's got a second Field of Ruin. Never mind. Ah, but he taps it. Okay, we're back in the game, baby. Back in the game. Alright. Goodbye, planes. Oh! Ooh! 3 extra turns! Don't mind if I do. Alright, they've got to be good turns, though. But this might be the win. That's all I needed to see. Come on. That's a bad card. Next turn. Ooh, 3 extra turns. Don't mind if I do. It's like time is repeating itself. Alright. Okay. 38 cards, though. There is possibility that we don't ever see Nexuses. My opponent's nicing because I don't think they realised how close to losing they were. Alright, let's Cleansing Nova. Kill the creatures. Just in case something horrible were to happen. Like what's happening right now. Okay, this is fine. So, we've still got turns banked in. Let's anticipate, look at 9 cards and take 3 of them. There's Banefire, we'll take that. There's Nexus, so we win. And... search? Yeah, search. Search for Riscanta, I think, pretty much guarantees that Nexus of Fate is going to continuously be in our hand. Land is good. Yes, we'll transform it. Land is good because obviously I need to get to a reasonable mana to 36 my opponent. Which, maybe I'm there actually already, I haven't done the math. Let me do the math next turn. Or maybe the turn after. He's had enough anyway. Okay, so we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 12, 24. Yeah, okay, we had enough. We had enough unless he could gain 1 life with 1 black mana, which there is technically a card that could do that. But he won't be running it. Anyway, Jesus Christ. Well, after punting game 2 miserably, we managed to come back for the victory. I think my opponent... Did they punt by not respecting the Primal Wellspring? I think that is definitely how they lost. But could they have maybe played around it by slow rolling us? I think maybe they could have. Like, getting 2 amulets on time was pretty good. But, like, Field of Ruin on Amulet is pretty annoying. I was never going to flip the first Amulet, though, until I had the second. So, who knows. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed, and apologies for that weird game-losing punt there that shouldn't have really happened, but I hope you enjoyed regardless, and if you did, then be sure to like, subscribe, hit that little bell icon, all that jazz, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.